Hello everyone, I hope you guys are all having a fabulous day. Today I want to do something a little bit different. I've been getting a lot of questions on the Toiletry 19 and if I can share what it looks like inside of some of my handbags. That way if you guys are looking to add this item to your collection, you have a better visual. I personally have yet to do this. I don't know exactly which bags this item works with the best, so it'll also be a learning experience for myself. But I will be tilting the camera down, that way you guys can see if either the opening is a little restricting or anything like that. Of course it's going to fit a lot easier inside of the larger handbags or the totes, but still, I wanted to give you a better visual. So I hope that you enjoy this video. If you do, make sure and give it a thumbs up. And without further ado, let's get started, shall we? All right, here we go. Toiletry 19 versus handbags. Hopefully the camera angle ends up being okay. Now I did not bring out the Deauvils or the Neverfulls because those we already know would end up fitting no problem. Some of these handbags might be a little too close for comfort, but in the name of research, I'm gonna give them a go anyways, just to give you more of a visual. Okay, so let's get started with the Pochette Métis. On my unboxing on this one, a lot of you guys had said that you end up using it inside of the middle compartment, so I just wanted to give again, that example. And I also brought out a wallet just in case, like maybe if this one takes up too much space in the handbag and maybe it doesn't give space to anything else. Okay, so here we go in the middle compartment. There we go, and it has perfect clearance. It doesn't stick out too much or anything like that. And let's just put this guy in there and it closes, no problem. Now to check for lumps and bumps, there are no corners sticking out in the middle compartment or anything like that, so it's not going to strain the canvas. So this is a major win inside the Pochette Métis. All right, so let me just take this out. Perfect, so it fits in one of my favorites. Now, I'm gonna try this one, which is the Chanel medium large. I know you guys are probably saying, obviously it's not going to fit, but still, let's try it out and test it out anyways. You never know, right? So here we go. Obviously you can tell though, it's pretty close. But anyways, I like to try everything because there's always those moments when, you know, you judge a handbag by the size, but in this case, this guy sticks out way too much. And I mean, you could end up closing it. I'd have to sit here and push on it and push on it. I highly recommend against doing that because it'll strain not only the canvas, but it will also strain the leather. So unfortunately, it doesn't fit in the medium large. Not only that, it literally takes up the entire area. So this guy is a no-go. All right, so here is the Chanel GST. This one is also, I know this one will fit no problem. There we go, and you can see you still have plenty of space for other goodies, and it's not too high up either. So that way you don't have to worry that it's going to stick out. So the Chanel GST ends up working out. All right, so the Celine Nano luggage tote. Okay, so it looks like it'd be able to fit if I put it on its side, right? So it's completely empty. Let's see. Okay, so if I put it on its side, not that I would carry it like that, but you never know. It does stick out a little too close for my own taste. And it doesn't have any corners peeking out on the sides either. So you could get away with it if that's something that you wanted to do. But just to give you, let's see if it'll end up fitting this way. I don't think so. Oh, it ends up fitting. It fits in there this way as well, but check it out. You definitely have these guys sticking out on the sides. So I think that the more and more that you used it, if you were to carry it this way, then you will definitely end up having indentations on the leather here. So I would avoid using the 19 inside of the Nano luggage tote if you wanted to carry it this way, but you can get away with carrying it this way, and you don't necessarily have to worry that it's going to stick out on the sides. What about the bottom? Yeah, there's no corners poking out on the bottom either. So it's a safer bet to carry it this way if you wanted to, but highly advise against this way. And it really takes up a lot of space too, because usually with this one, I can carry almost everything that I have inside of my larger handbags, but this guy just takes up a little too much for my own taste. Next up is the Alma BB. I know that's probably another one that you guys are like, why are you gonna try it? But still, so this guy, let's see. Might be too close of a fit. I'm not too crazy about having to put items in at an angle. Are you guys the same way? I don't know, sometimes I find it to be a little too fussy. Okay, so this one is a very, very tight fit. It sticks out just a tad. I mean, if you wanted to, you can fold these in and zip it up, but still I think it would end up ruining the canvas. And as you can see, it also takes up quite a bit, so you can't fit any more in there. So this one also doesn't end up working out. I'm gonna be careful because these teeth will end up rubbing up on this canvas really bad. Yeah, so, all right. Let's see. Now the Palm Springs Mini. You can even tell from there that it's not gonna fit, but I'm gonna try it anyways. Yeah, I'm not even gonna try to shove it in there. I'm not even gonna attempt it. It takes up literally the whole space. But don't be, whatever you do, don't let this size fool you, because you can get away with carrying a lot in that little bag. Okay, so next is the Speedy 30 Classic. This one I know will be no problem. The opening is very generous for you to be able to pull it out and put it back in. I think it's probably, actually you can end up putting it this way if you wanted to, but the tab ends up getting caught on the sides there. So that's another one that I probably feel most comfortable putting it on its side. And you still have plenty of space in there. So the Speedy 30 Classic. Let's try out the Jumbo, shall we? So there we go. There's the Jumbo. Oh, I still have it filled with air paper. Once again, not prepared. Okay, so now it's completely empty. I have the felt on there. That's what you guys are seeing. So there we go. This one looks like it should fit, no problem. And it does. So this one fits very nicely inside of the Jumbo. You have plenty of clearance and you're still able to close it, and you don't have to worry that it's going to damage the leather or the canvas, that it's going to put too much strain on it. So it's a major win inside of the Jumbo. And you still have, I mean, not a whole lot of space, but you can also, because the Toiletry 19 is, it's pretty large, you can get away with maybe fitting your card holders in here, or maybe your clay or your round coin purse inside of the Toiletry, and that way you don't have to worry about not giving space to something else. So you still have plenty of room in there. Okay, so that's the Jumbo. How about the Givenchy Antigona Small? This one should be no problem. But the main reason why I wanted to incorporate this one is because it does have a tighter opening. So I'm curious if the teeth will end up just rubbing on the canvas. So I definitely have to open it up, put it on its side. It fits in there. We all knew that it was going to fit in there, no problem, but it was more so about having to take it out. Actually, you know what ends up happening? It ends up laying down flat on its own. So it goes straight up, and then the moment I kind of just put it towards me, it ends up flattening onto the base of the bag. So that I'm not too crazy about. Of course, if I had more items in there, then it wouldn't end up doing that. So, okay, so if you're in a hurry, there's a possibility that these teeth will end up rubbing up here, rubbing up on the canvas. I don't think it'd be that big of a problem, but over time, you never know. And the tab sometimes ends up getting caught on the teeth. I'm trying to be so careful, but yeah, so I have to put it in on its side and be able to take it out that way either. So some of you might find it a little too fussy to put it inside of the Givenchy. I know I'm probably being maybe extra careful with this item as I'm doing this video. I know that going into it, but I'm sure the more and more that I use this item with these bags, maybe I'll feel more comfortable being able to stretch out the opening a little bit more, so that way I don't have an issue with the item. All right, so the Chanel Le Boy bag in the new medium size. Let me just put them side by side to compare. I really should have done this with all of the bags. Okay, and okay, so this guy does stick out a little bit on top, as you can see there. And if I go to close it, I can still close it, no problem. No lumps and bumps on the bottom. And it doesn't end up hitting too high up on the bag either. So it's not rubbing on the top flap. And if, let's say, you wanted to put a wallet in there, then it ends up being a little too tight. So this also, it ends up fitting, but it does take up quite a bit of space on the bag itself. And that's just with the wallet. So you'd have to do the same thing that I was talking about earlier. Just maybe fit more items inside of your toiletry if you really wanted to maximize your space. Okay, so the Le Boy bag, and I have two left. The Speedy 25 bandolier, side by side. Okay,
And this one, the opening has relaxed since I've been using this bag from when I first got it. This one I have to put on the side and it fits no problem. I still have enough space. That's what I love about Speedies. It's almost like the Neverfull. You can fit everything and the kitchen sink. But with this one, I highly recommend putting it on its side in order to be able to fit it in nicely without necessarily having to worry about scratching the canvas or the lining. So this one fits, but on the side. All right, and the last one is the reissue and the 226. Let me put them side by side as well. There we go. And this one should end up fitting, I would imagine, similar to the jumbo. So it sticks out a little bit, not too bad, not as bad as the medium large. And I'm still able to close it. I'm not straining the leather, and it doesn't end up hitting on the top flap either. So you don't have to worry that it's going to leave any indentations or anything like that. And no lumps and bumps. Let's see if I was to put in the wallet, if it also ends up taking too much space. To be completely honest though, I wouldn't end up carrying this type of wallet. I'd go for something a little bit smaller, a little bit more compact, so that way I can maximize my space. So it does fit in there, and because of the reissue, because the leather is distressed, it's a little bit softer, it gives you a little bit more play, which I really like. So you have some space for other goodies, and you can still end up closing it, right? Yeah, you end up closing it. But if you end up fitting too much more in there, like on the side, past the wallet, then these little wings here, that's what I like to call them, they'll end up just kind of poofing out. And you also want to try to avoid that, because then it'll kind of alter the way that the leather ends up laying on the handbag. So there we go. And you know what? Just for the sake of being thorough, I'm gonna bring out the Neverfull. Hang on. Okay, my room is a mess. So the Deauville versus the 19. Obviously this one's going to fit, but just to share, you have loads of space in there. Yeah. So there's that one. And the Neverfull is my Azure. This one's extremely dirty on the inside. Check that out. There we go. So you still have loads of space in there as well. And one more that I wanted to show just in case, and that is the Nice BB. Just in case you are traveling and you want to use this as an actual toiletry. There we go. So you have plenty of space. And because it does have this little top that gives you, I think it's probably a 1/2 inch clearance, you don't have to worry that it's going to end up hitting the top of the Toiletry 19, and then it'll end up giving you indentations or anything like that. So you have enough clearance, you have enough space to fit more items in there. So I am pretty amazed as to the bags that this little guy ends up fitting. I thought it wouldn't end up fitting inside of the reissue. I thought it might end up being a little too high up. And yeah, I'm also surprised with the LaBoy bag. But that is the 19.
All right, you guys, so that does it for the Toiletry 19 and which bags it fits in the best. I was surprised to see that some of them I can actually get away with using it, so that makes me happy. It makes the item even more versatile. But again, I hope that you guys enjoyed it. If you did, make sure and give it a thumbs up. If you haven't already and you would like to, please subscribe to my YouTube channel by clicking on the red button down below and hitting that bell so you're notified when I upload videos, which is anywhere from 2 to 3 times a week. If you guys want me to do more videos like this, like on the mini pochette and what kind of bags you can get away with using those items in, let me know in the comment section down below. But again, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys later. And as always, make it a fabulous day or not, the choice is yours. Have a great day.